Welcome to the Scrap and Roll MMA podcast. I'm your host, Sky. We got your host, Jace and CJ in the building. Your boy Damien could not be here tonight. I don't know what they doing, but they playing around with his modem and he ain't having it. And I don't know if y'all watched the last podcast, but okay, yes, I have my weekly rants, but your boy Damien went off last week. Like something about Jake Paul and Nate Diaz and Jay saying that Jake Paul was going to get it done. Hey, go back and watch that episode. Damien was going off. Post-fight Damien is not to be messed with, just like headset Damien.
Well, he sent me a text today and said the reason why he really can't make it because he has a torn labia.
Oh.
Damien, don't let him do you like that. Don't let him do you like that. Yeah, y'all know what it is. It's post Max Holloway fight week, the blessed one, the main one. I'll let y'all start off first. Like, how'd y'all feel about the fight card in general?
What you got, CJ?
I'm gonna say the fight card was pretty cool, but I'm not gonna lie. Like, I set my alarm and I turned my alarm off and I woke up I missed 3 fights and I was like, all right, let me tune in. So I'll watch a fight, doze off. Watch a fight, doze off. But the card was good. And shout out to the people in the UK who do this shit weekly, man, because I'm not built for that shit, man. And by the time it came around the time for Max to fight, I was awake. I text Sky because Sky said, don't text me nothing that's going on. Just let me know when it's over. But I enjoyed the card. Shout out to the blessed one. Shout out to Korean Zombie. I shed a thug tear for my boy Korean Zombie, man. That was a beautiful moment. Out of the Marvin Vittoris for the card, I'll probably give it 4 Marvin Vittoris. 1 out of 10. It was probably a solid 6.5. It gets a passing grade. It was good.
Real fast, as you were talking about the UK fans, we're gonna have a special guest next week from Ireland.
Hey.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
Vinny,
one of your peoples?
Bring it. Yeah, one of my peoples from my travels. Shout out to my man Vinny. Can't wait to have him on the pod. He is a fucking homer. Just to let y'all know, he is a homer. You know how like CJ always bet one way, you know what I mean? No matter what.
I can respect it.
My man is taking Irish over everybody, and I can't be
he
mad
about to
at
come
it.
inside here with that Ian Machado Gary shit.
Hey, yo, pause. I hope he don't come inside nowhere near you. Shit, you better chill. He better chill.
You can't say shit on this pod, boy.
Not at all. Hey, not at all.
I am slipping.
Gunshot. I thought overall it was a great pod. Yes, last week was a great pod.
Yeah.
I thought overall it was a great card. Another thing where like the undercards just Starch City. Pop, 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 pop. It was literally snap, crackle, and pop, 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 pop. Yeah, the main card a little more to be desired. Shout out to the Blessed Express. Choo choo. Great to always see him doing his thing. Sad for my man Zombie, the legend. No ever forget 1 second on the clock, you losing.
Stop it.
Is that true?
Hey, what CJ said this time on the clock, your ass can get rocked. Nobody knows
living
that
example
better than
of
Zombie.
it. For real though.
Facts.
Yeah. I thought that the cards was good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not even attempt to try to wake up. I slept through everything and I woke up and I was like, hey, let me see these results. Let me see what's going on. One fight that I went back and watched, and it's only 1 round. This Billy Goff fight versus Yusaku. I'm only gonna try the first name because I don't want to do them like that. This Billy Goff fight, them mother suckers was in there banging. Like until Billy got it done and KO'd him, they was in there squabbling. But yeah, like the fight card, like when I looked at it, when I woke up and I was like looking at the results, I was like, okay, KO. I'm like, oh, okay. Like this how we coming? I could feel the energy. And as I could feel the energy, I started getting more nervous. I was like, oh God, like it's giving KOs. Like it's giving somebody's going to sleep in the main event. Oh, this fight too with Chitty versus McCall. They was going at it too. It only lasted 1 round. Like these were 1 round bangers.
I can relate.
Me too. I'm getting older now too.
Hey, hey, what Erin call it? Silicone superiority. Hey, shout out to Erin. Um, but yeah, there was some really good fights. Your boy Waldo Acosta threw a punch like he's a really good baseball player. He threw a
Yeah,
punch before he knocked out. I ain't even gonna try to say the Polish man's name. He threw a punch and tried everything like haymaker. The man started running. He turned around, started running. He was like, "Hey, like when you was a kid." Oh, some of y'all didn't get whooped, but when you was a kid, you try to run and you try to move around. Like, nah, you gonna get this ass whooping. Yeah, that was sad. I thought it was good. The main card, that's when it started to get, like Jay said, it started slowing down a little bit. Now still have not went back to watch the Erin Blanchfield versus Taila Santos, but I've seen lots of opinions about it. I know y'all watched it. How'd y'all feel about it?
Well, before we cut to that, I think it's very appropriate. I think this is the right and correct term that we all recognize the greatness that we saw. And like not on the fight card, on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because guess what? Another 3-0, which brings my 2-week total to 8-0. 8-0.
It's about time. You've only missed 100 shots,
Stop it. I'm literally batting, I think, 94.3% on my picks.
This man, every time. Go ahead.
So, yes, as daunting, as arduous as it is to be right consistently, the fight itself, it was not a great fight. I can't recommend you to go back and watch it. But Erin did what she had to do to get the dub. Standing did not work the first round. You know what? Let me go ahead and grind you out for the next 2 rounds. And I thought it was very clear 29-28.
I'm kind of midline with you, Jace. I was like, it was a good card or fight for what it was. But then, like you said, Erin just did what she had to do to win the fight. It was an interesting fight. Both of them are highly skilled. And shout out to Talia. If she was 0-14 on her takedown defense, so Blanchfield couldn't get a takedown, but she just controlled her on the cage most of the time. And they were swinging and banging. It was a fun fight, but it was also a fight where Erin just grinded her out. Fast forward.
No, wait a second.
Yeah, slow mo and rewind that bitch.
Yes.
Oh, hey, Blanchfield was pulling Talia's shorts up. She was giving her a wedgie on the cage. I was like, yo, little cheeks coming out. Hey, but all in all, she did what she had to do to win. And you can tell both of those girls are very, very good fighters. So those are the futures right there. I can respect it.
Yeah.
Erin, next for a title?
That's what I was
yeah, most definitely. Yep. Most definitely.
Okay, but if Rose goes out there and does what Rose does, and I don't want to hear none of y'all haters start talking about Carla Esparza's fight.
Baby Rose.
I'm talking about Rose, the same one that starched your girl, Zhang Weili, the same girl that went out there, did her thing on Joanna Jędrzejczyk 2 times, the same girl that went out there and got her revenge on Jessica Andrade, pieced her the fuck up. Thug Rose, thug nasty Rose. Okay, she's going back up to 125 this weekend, fighting Monroe Finro, y'all know I can't say her name.
Monroe Finro.
If she goes like now, Mignon, whatever her name is, y'all know what I'm talking about, the French lady. She is currently ranked. She's number 1. She's ranked number 1. Behind Valentina, right? They're already fighting, so she's ranked number 2 technically. Rose goes inside there, gets it done in a, shows off, does her thing, styles on her, potentially gets her out of there. Do y'all want to see Rose fight for the belt next, or are y'all just going to give Erin the pass?
I'll give Erin the pass, and I don't even like her. But she's been doing her thing in that division. You earned a shot. I don't want to below her like everybody else does it. I think she, she's earned her shit. And I don't even fuck with her like that. I'm a hater, and I be liking to see the world burn. And I wanted her to lose because I just be like, hey, hype train, fall off the fucking tracks. But I'm so excited to watch Baby Rose fight. I call her Baby Rose in this house, and I hope she comes to fight though, because she has all the skills in the world, and hopefully her mental is there to come and fight. I'm excited to see her at 20. Has she fought at 25 before?
No.
No. So I want to see how she comes out and how she moves at 25.
Yeah. She's had time to put on weight. Go ahead, Jace.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that absolutely not. Erin deserves this fight. It doesn't matter if she styles on him. Because I think Erin is ranked 4th or 3rd.
Let me pull it up because I know that they updated it
I think it's
today.
4th. Oh, today they updated it.
Yeah, so she's currently ranked number 6.
What?
Wait, let me see. Yeah, it was updated. Today's the 29th. Yeah, so she's only ranked. Oh, I'm sorry, that's pound for pound.
Okay, I was like, what?
They got her at 6 pound for pound. That's crazy.
That's not crazy.
They have her ranked at where the hell is Erin? Number 2 now. She's ranked at 2. So they put her ahead of Mignon.
So it's Grasso, Val, and then
Erin.
Mignon,
yeah, and
Taila up too.
And as well, because it was her division, I think if Monroe wins the fight, which I do think she will beat Rose, then I believe that she had fix your face now. Don't be over there smelling your own farts on the pod.
That's wild.
Then I think she can make an argument for fighting for the next. I don't think Rose has the same resume or CV for all my UK fans out there to go the opposite way.
At 125 is what you mean. Go ahead and put that asterisk at 125.
It's not an asterisk. She just wants to fight for the title at 125, so it's not an asterisk.
Well, no, because you said you don't think she has a resume. I'm like, she has a resume. Yeah. She's arguably the 115 GOAT. I mean, Joanna is right there, but she did get Joanna out of there 2 times. But now here's what I will say. I'm okay with Erin's on a 6-fight win streak. I'm okay with her getting the title shot, but I don't think she's ready for the title shot right now. And I think that's going to be the problem. She goes inside there and can't take strikes and get pieced up like that by Valentina?
Wait. We're not going to do this. And I love both of them, so don't fight with me, y'all. We're not going to just put Grasso or Val in front of them, and I love them both. So we got to make...
I was going to do both. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, Valentina's striking versus what we just seen with Taila Santos, Valentina going to clean her the hell up out of there. Come on. And then Alexa's striking... Come on now, and Alexa, I'm sure 100% this whole fight camp has been focused on her really
grappling,
starting off with that grappling and stuffing those takedowns. Because in the first 2 rounds, Valentina was able to take her down, and it wasn't until the 3rd round where Grasso was finally timing the takedowns and was able to stuff them. You know what I mean? So I don't think she's ready now. I think that she has the potential for sure. But yeah, she can get the title shot and she can get knocked down and then she can come back up.
Okay. It's not, but let's be clear and let's be consistent. It's not about what you think is going to happen, right? Because that's always your argument with Bilal Muhammad. It's not what you think is going to happen or what's more likely to happen.
I don't think she's going to. I said I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
I'm okay. She's on a 6-fight winning streak.
Just
I'm not going to argue.
Being sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to argue about it. I wouldn't be mad if they put Thug Rose in there either. Hey.
How are they going to put her in after a loss?
I'm talking... because she's about to win.
Sorry. Not so.
Anyways, how'd y'all feel about the fight between Alex Caceres and Giga? The glorified sparring match that it was.
Yeah, they were doing the same things to each other. Alex footwork, he just kept moving around. He was super fast. His punches and kicks didn't have no pop on them. Giga was hitting them harder, but they looked like they were doing the exact same thing to each other. I was just like, man, this fight, like, they're both highly skilled, but I was like, get this shit off my screen. Yeah, I was like, get this shit off my screen. It's fucking 4 in the morning. I'm like, come on, man.
Don't put me to bed.
Shit, shout out to Jay Holiday.
Hey. Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought it was. I mean, it wasn't a bad fight, but
exactly.
It was just there. It was just on. So I thought it was what it was. Anthony Smith versus Ryan Spann. How did y'all score that?
29-28 Spann.
What about you, CJ?
Smith, Spann. It's the same shit to me. It's the same. It's like, hey, Jay said Spann. I'm not mad at you, bro. If I say Smith, don't be mad at me. It was like the Smith won the first round, Spann clearly won the second round, and they both did the same shit in the third round. But I feel like Smith probably did slightly more work than Spann in the third. But it's just like,
and I
it
gotta
was
give y'all the
lazy,
stats.
and they both look like homeless guys just scrapping. But
shout out to bum fights. Y'all don't know, bum
San
fights
Diego
back
shit.
in the day was off the charts. Bum fights was off the charts.
That's what they look like. Bum fights is wild though.
Bum fights was wild. Like that was like the birth of the internet right there. Was
Facts.
bum fights.
Big facts. And that was happening in San Diego, y'all. So
it was. So let me ask you this: was there a difference between the Alex Caceres and Giga and Spann and Anthony besides your boy got an eye jammy? Like, was there a difference?
That second round was more clear than whatever Giga and them did. There was clearly more damage that happened in that round. Like, and that Spann is probably one of the worst. And I hate to talk because I'm not a fighter, y'all. I'm just a fan.
Yeah.
But like, Spann had him hurt. He could have got his ass out of there, and he stands back up. So to me, I'd be like, his fight IQ is a little bit low. Yeah. And that's the same kind of shit that happened with him versus Krylov. You remember that fight? He got tapped out, and we're like, why are you falling into his guard that way? And Spann, hey, before you step in the octagon, get your fucking braids did, my boy. Like, y'all, you representing us out here looking crazy.
Out here, like, no care in the world. And the UFC got people that braid your hair for you, like, for free. Like, my God, he was like, nah, I'm just going to keep these braids out of hair for the last 3 weeks.
3 weeks, too, and shower with him, like, crazy.
He didn't want the headache, during fight week.
Bro, if y'all ain't never had your hair braided before, it's crazy, bro. That shit be hurting sometimes. Your head be hurting. You gotta be doing your eyebrows and shit. It hurt.
Now, one thing I did upon watching the Spann versus Smith fight, I thought for sure that Ryan Spann edged it out. Pause. Right? I thought at the end of the third round he was picking it up and doing a whole lot more. Then I was watching somebody break down the numbers, so it made me go and look at it. In that third round, so in the first and second round, obviously we know that Anthony Smith won the first, and Spann won the second. In that third round was the biggest strike differential, right? So Anthony Smith landed 45 strikes to Ryan Spann's 27 and was landed at a 65% rate. Anthony Smith was doing much more in that round than Spann was. It didn't look like it because towards like the last minute and a half, Anthony really started to slow down, and Ryan started to like put it together, and so it kind of created that feeling like, okay, he's the one that wants it more, he's the one that's going for it, and that's how I felt at the end of it. But I'm like, okay, I can see the argument for Smith winning that rather than just being like, oh, it's a straight up robbery, it's ridiculous. But at the end of the day, like, it was what it was. I'm happy that the fight's over because then we got to get into the Max Holloway. If y'all remember last week when I came on here, like I told y'all I was not going to watch this fight live. And Jace was like, there's no way she doesn't watch it. She's capping. I did not watch this fight. I texted CJ and I was like, I'm turning the phone off. I'm turning the fight off. Let me know when it's over. I put it on pause. I'm sitting there. I'm talking to Danny. I'm like, all right, Danny, distract me. We start watching videos on you, blah, 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 blah. I feel that text come through. He said, it's over. I said, oh, no. Oh no! Like, I know it ain't been long enough. I instantly go to Google, like, hey, let me see the results. As soon as I seen it was Max, I was like, let's go! I don't know. I was so excited. I hadn't even seen it yet. I called CJ.
She called me at like 9 a.m. She started ranting, Jace. She just got on the phone ranting. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. Good morning. How you doing? Hi, Mo.
I don't even know what I said, but like I went off for like a good minute, and I was like, all right, fine, I'm gonna watch the fight. CJ didn't say shit. He was just like, okay. Went back, watched the fight, and I think even after I talked to Jace about it, upon watching it the first time, I was like, obviously, I was happy that Max got the finish. But at first, I was like, I didn't really like the way that he looked, blah 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 blah. But y'all know me, I go back and I watch fights. I know a lot of y'all weirdos don't even rewatch fights. Like y'all don't
Casuals.
even, yeah, exactly. Like that one dude on your TikTok was like, I couldn't be bothered. Like, okay, weirdo. Anyways, I went back and I've already seen the fight 2 more times since then. Go back and watch the fight and stop listening to Michael Bisping. Michael Bisping is a fucking idiot. Go back and watch those fights that Bisping is over there like, oh, he got rocked. Oh, he got hurt. Shit ain't even hitting. Shit ain't even hitting. When they show you a different angle, Max not even getting hit. In that
Mm-hmm.
last Fury, Max get hit twice. 2 times out of all of that. Brrr. Like, the shit that comes out of these people's mouths is ridiculous. And these narratives that get created, it's like it really starts to like form how you watching the fight. I went back and I watched it, and he actually did look good for the style that Zombie was putting on him and pressuring him. Like he did what he had to do, got him out of there. How did y'all feel about the fight?
So I want to start with the walk-ins. Zombies walk-in was beautiful. The crowd was beautiful. Singapore turned up for him. That was amazing. Like emotional. He ranks high on the walkouts for me because it just hits all his aesthetics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Max's walkout, his walkout was beautiful too. His first song was dope. It came out with the flag with the red shorts, and then the Hawaiian kickboxer, beautiful. It felt, you know what it felt like? It felt like, I guess because it was so early for me, it felt like, you know how I guess the crowd was quiet to me, and it felt like, when you watch a movie and it's a boxing movie and all the lights turn off and it's just like them two in the ring. That's how it felt
Mm-hmm.
like to me. I love the fight, and I love how Max showed love to Zombie. When he knocked him down, he just didn't jump on top of him and just beat his ass like that.
Yeah.
It was a legends fight, and Zombie went out the way he should have went out, in the way you want to go out. You fight another legend, you do your best, you leave the sport fighting somebody who's great and who you've been wanting to fight forever. Like the UFC didn't feed him some young up and comer who's disrespectful, who's gonna dance at you or whatever like
Nate
that. So
Gary.
yeah, like who don't have no love for you. And not saying that's how you should be, but show a little bit of respect on the guys who are on the way out, who kind of paved the way a little bit. So I love the fight for that aspect, and I love the way Max treated Zombie, and I would love the way Zombie got the reception from the crowd. Like I said, this guy,
Mm-hmm.
man, I dropped a little thug tear when he on his walkout. So much love to you, and I just love. I think we could probably talk about this. His name, like, where does it rank on the names for you?
Mm.
So let's talk about that a little bit later if we got time.
Mm. So right here, favorite Korean zombie moment
Ever
ever.
the Twister, him fighting Leonard Garcia in WEC. He
Yeah.
lost the fight, but that was a fucking war. That
War.
was a war. It won
All
Fighter
you,
of the Year, Fighter of the Night.
all you youngins out there, get up on game. Go watch your WEC, man. That shit was fire back in the
I
day.
love WEC, watching it on Sunday. And we got to show, I know he probably doesn't have the best record, and this probably be a zombie glazing time for us. Yes, I said it, fast forward. But he lost to a lot of great people, and he also beat some good, solid names, like beating Dustin Poirier. That's a good name. Frankie Edgar, that's a good name. So much love to
Oh,
Zombie.
Hall of Famer?
That's what we were
No.
talking about in my live today. We should talk about that. Fuck, man.
Hey, if Cowboy could do it, anyone could.
And that's what Scotty said. If Cowboy could do it, I don't think Hall of Fame, but I do think he's a legend. I think there's tiers to things. I think he's a legend, but I don't know if Hall of Fame.
Sky?
No,
Damn, so plain and dry.
because it is.
Can
Do you
you
think he's a
bring-
legend though?
I do
Of
think
the
he's
sport?
a legend.
Yeah,
I do
okay,
think
yeah.
he's a legend, especially for his region.
Mhm.
It's unfortunate that he did have to take those 2.5 years to go.
Mhm.
Not unfortunate, but it is what it is. Like that he had to go and fight for his country inside the military and stuff like that. So you can never get that time that's a crucial time, you know, in your MMA career. But I definitely think that he's a legend.
Can you bring up his record?
Yeah, I'll bring it up.
17-8, I think it was. He had some good solid wins. You know, Leonard Garcia, that's a good win. I know he lost to him, but the way he beat him, that's a legendary win. A twister that ain't never happened before. We only got 3 now, and that second one just came the third one just came a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so his last wins was Dan
Can you make it a
Ige.
little bigger?
Yeah.
Dan Ige, that's a good win.
Keep going. There we go. Great. No shame in losing to Max. No shame in losing
Nope.
to Volk.
Nope.
Ige's a good win. Brian Ortega is not the best. Egger win. You know, like Yair, that's fine.
Money Lucano. I seen him today too.
Bro, that motherfucker's so funny.
Yeah, Dennis Bermudez. Hey, and shout out to y'all casuals. Like, if y'all actually are Max Holloway fans, like real
I was
fans,
gonna say
go
that,
back
yep.
and watch Max Holloway versus Dennis Bermudez. And that's another fight on Max's record that needs to be fucking overturned. That fight was so clear, and Joe Rogan is going crazy after that fight. He's like, how the hell? He's like, I don't understand. Max Holloway won that fight. It was very clear, 29-28. But anyways, Dustin Poirier, Leonard Garcia. I mean, you know, he got some wins on there.
He got some names, and he got some. I don't think you could say good losses, but they hold a lot more weight.
Yeah.
Than some bum ass dudes.
Yeah.
That's
losing to Jose Aldo, Yair. I mean, he was winning the Yair fight until he wasn't.
Pretty much everyone he's lost to pretty much has held a title. Hall of Famer for sure.
Hall of Famer to you.
Hall of
Famer. I can dig it.
I can dig it. If you pretty much are only losing to world champions, you know what I mean? How can you fault a guy?
Yeah.
Which 2 of the 8 are
the greatest of all
in the
time,
running
damn near.
for GOAT. Like
damn near.
It's like to lose to John Jones. Like is
3
of them? Is that bad?
Max, Volk, and
Jose
Aldo. Shit, that's a ain't too many motherfuckers gonna win out of there, bro. Like, not too many.
And that was old Jose. Those are Scarface days. You know what I mean? Coming in there just leg kicking the fuck out of people, bro. You used to have the most crazy leg kicks ever.
You right, bro.
Y'all right now.
Him and Edson Barbosa.
Listen, I told y'all, slippery slope. The moment that Cowboy Cerrone got in there, hey, he got the back door for everybody to come through.
Yo. Hey, yo. Hey. Nah, fast
I'm not going through that door.
Not at all. That back door stink.
I'm just saying, like, y'all letting everybody run up in there. Now let's get into it real quick. And I promise I'm gonna be nice to Jace. What do you guys want next for Max?
Run through that 45. Run through it, bro.
Go ahead.
Line them up and let them beat them.
Go ahead and hold the gates of Hades. Because that's what he does. He's the gatekeeper. No intuition to ever see him lose to Volk again.
Do you want him to fight Ilia?
No, because I really like Max. Max is one of my favorite fighters. You know, Max is like probably a top 3 of my favorite fighters. Max is going to get the shit beat out of him by Ilia, so I do not want to see that fight.
He said the same thing about Arnold, y'all.
No, I did not.
You said that Arnold was going to start 10, then at the very last second, you changed your mind and went with Max.
Okay, so my official pick was...
Man, listen.
Okay, it's hard being right.
You're going to get your heart broken just like everybody else. And at the end of the day, Volk already said he's going to fight Ilia. He already said don't send him through Max. That already says enough to me, period. Your boy Volk already knows what the fuck is up. Everybody living inside these fucking fantasy worlds, and they want to just see... You know, they every single time Max goes up against somebody, like, oh, this is going to be the guy. This is going to be the guy. Ain't nobody the fucking guy, okay? Ain't nobody at 145 the guy. The man is 18 and fucking 0. To
18 and
everybody
0.
that's not Volkanovski. Nobody is the fucking guy. You send him through Max Holloway, he's going to get beat the fuck up, and then you're going to be like, oh no, why do we do that? We just lost another contender. The champ already said he's going to take on Ilia Topuria. Volkanovski is going to go inside there and tenderize Ilia Topuria. Before this moment, before Ilia sent off that little stupid ass text talking about Max needs to retire,
That's crazy.
that pussy ass dude, I liked him. I really did. Now I unfollowed that bitch. I don't give a fuck about him. He could die slow. Fuck him. Anybody that comes for Max,
My
I don't care
make
who
sure
you are.
all y'all kids don't grow.
You motherfuckers can't beat me or see me. West side till we die. Hey.
Gang shit only.
All right. No, I'm dead ass. I'm dead. And that's not even my rant for the week. Go ahead, Jace. I see you.
No, I was just, it was very interesting / humorous because you're saying like Max is that guy, but he can't be that guy because he doesn't have the title. Anyway, so that's it. Keep going.
I mean, I love how you guys want to play this game. It's like Max had one bad fight. Let me tell y'all something. Actions speak louder than words. And this is the start of my rant. Actions speak louder than words. When Max Holloway got beat, he got his ass beat in that third fight. He never made an excuse when he came back. He never said, oh, my ass was itching. He never said shit about nothing. He said, Volkanovski, he said, I hate when people make excuses. I hate when people say, oh, you look this way, something was off. He said, as far as I'm concerned, Volkanovski made me look that way. He took it on the chin, and he just fought Arnold Allen and fought Zombie, right? But his actions are speaking louder than his words could ever. What that tells me as a super fan, right? Something was off with you, my guy. We've never seen you look like that. Now, he can say no excuses and all that, but I can say whatever the hell I want to say. I have two eyes. I watched that fight, and Max Holloway has never looked like that. Is Volkanovski the pound for pound great right now? Yes, he is. But at the same time, if I go back and I watch two fights between them and I see how those fights look and they're razor close, and then I have one that's a complete blowout, I'm going to tell you right now, that wasn't Max Holloway. I don't know what was up with him. It is what it is. But his actions, the fact that he's right back in there at 145, the fact that he took on Arnold Allen, he didn't have to. Y'all was acting like Arnold Allen was going to finish him, saying Max needed to retire, blah, 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 blah. He was washed up. Arnold Allen was going to crack his chin. He's going to get knocked out. All the shit y'all was saying. His actions are speaking louder than his words. And you know what? He's not like any of these pussy-ass fighters who get close to the top and start, hey, I want my title shot. I want my title shot. He said, I ain't calling out nobody. I'm going to fight whoever y'all put in front of me. I'm not going to sit up here and say, oh, I got to do this. He is fighting to earn his fourth shot. As long as he is fighting and winning, you will have to give him the shot. Period. Because y'all say y'all want the best to fight the best, but then y'all put a stipulation and say, yeah, but there's no rule to say that a person can't fight 4 times. There's no rule that says a person can't fight 3 times. We just do that. So here you have 2 competitive fights, and now in the third fight, he loses. Like, oh, I don't want to see that again. Suck your mother. I don't care what you're talking about, because if the man stands and plants his fucking ground and says, hey, I'm going to fight another fight, I don't give a fuck if he has to fight 4 more times. But if that's what he wants to do in that division, and he's willing to put his brain cells on the line and fight these killers, that's what the fuck he's going to do. And they ain't going to have nothing else to do besides give him the title shot, unless Volkanovski just says, fuck it, I'm going to 155. Are you done or are you finished? I'm finished and I'm done.
No, I was going to ask, are you good? Like, did you get that off? You a little dry now and you think a little more moist?
Hey, yo. Chill. That's your sister, my
crazy.
boy.
We are not the Island Boys.
Shout out to Sky's Rant of the Week. You got to put a little thing where it pop up, be like, bing, like Sky's Rant of the Week.
That's facts. Let me ask you this. When or if, I don't know if it's a win, because again, who really wants to see it? If it happens again, Max and Volk, would you watch live?
Yes.
Okay. Just curious.
I'd be in the building if it was here in Vegas.
We might have to make that happen.
Yeah.
I'm poor as shit right now, but I might have to make that happen. I just gotta say, man, people gotta start putting a little bit more respect on Max's name. I be seeing a lot of like weird shit, bro. People talking about Aljo will go up to 45 and beat him. I'd be like, man, shut up. You sound like a nerd right now. Boy, Max will do bad things to Aljo. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. If you think O'Malley and let's do this math, MMA math right now. If you think O'Malley putting him out like that, Max putting his ass to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And people just thinking that Ilia just go up there and just beat on Max. Bro, beat Josh Emmett and Bryce Mitchell. That don't hold the same. All the killers that Max done beat, like Sky said, 18-0 since 2014, minus Volk. But put some respect on that man's name, bro. And me personally, I don't want him to go to 55.
No.
How do you feel about that, Jace? You want him to go to 55?
Max?
Yeah.
No.
I don't want him to go to 55
I'm a
either.
Max fan. I love Max. Not
shit.
the intensity is my dear sister, obviously. But no, I care for Max's safety. And I mean, just go back and rewatch Max against Dustin. That is hard to watch.
That's not the
He
same.
held his own. He held his own for sure. But those, you can see the difference from those heavier shots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. But in that regard, 3 weeks notice coming into that fight, didn't have no time to book, wasn't planning for that fight, and then 3 months after that went and fought Frankie Edgar. Like that wasn't him at 155. However, the good news is that he did say on Andrew Schultz's podcast that when and if he goes to 55, that that he will permanently stay at 55 and above, that he won't switch.
You can't go back down.
Yeah, so that told me that, like, okay, like if he decides to go to 55, he's gonna do the right things to like actually put on true muscle mass, to be able to try to go up there and compete. I just personally don't think he's a 155er. I did see another podcast talking about, or it might have been Chael Sonnen. It was either Chael or another podcast, but they was talking about, Volkanovski. Like everybody's like, oh, Max go to 155, go to 155. But then that kind of really doesn't solve the problem because if Volkanovski is going to 155 and y'all will be talking about
fight him anyway, huh?
Yeah, say Volkanovski gets the title, right? Max Holloway does some work at 155, then y'all be like, oh my God, y'all ain't never fucking satisfied. Shut up and let these people do what they supposed to do. But do you guys think, and this was a good point that I hadn't thought about, right? Because I'm like, hey, I've always come with the mindset of like, hey, if Volkanovski's at 145, he's knocking everybody down. Can't nobody get past him. Hey, keep sitting there, get your bread, be your champion, do what you got to do. And then Chael was like, no, that Volk should really just make the decision to be a 155 champion and or just fight at 155, whether he's a champ or not, because there's more legacy fights there for him, for his overall legacy. Like the argument is that Volkanovski is knocking on the door of being top 5 greatest of all time, period. Not featherweight, like great, like a straight up GOAT. And if he goes up and he can get the 155 belt and he can get some defenses there, he's fighting, the Dustins, the Chandlers, the Gaethjes, those people, the Islams. That puts him at a whole new level, that there's really nothing aside from this Ilia fight, that there's really nobody he could fight at 145 that's going to enhance his legacy. Yeah. What do you guys think about that?
You're pretty much right. If you really, really think about it, he has Ilia left to beat at 45. There's really no other up and coming prospects at 45. He already beat Max 3 times. And if he does go up, even if he don't fight Islam right away, say he takes a fight with say Chandler, he beats him. That's already just add another notch in his belt. He fights Gaethje and he beats him. That's just not like consecutively. If they do throw those people at him, say they throw him in there with Benny and he ends up beating him, then they're gonna look at him differently, And that's this one fight at 55. He wins the fight and he does get a shot at the title. They'll look at him way differently, And he kind of cleared out the division. Yeah. Shout out to Volk, man. I fuck with Volk. But if he gonna fight Max, I'm going for Max.
But I don't even think he necessarily has to do that to elevate himself.
Oh, yeah.
An example of that would be Khabib. You know what I mean? I guess people will try to say as a knock on him. But at the same time, like if you just listen, if you're fighting 145 is one of the tougher divisions in the entire UFC. And if you can hold it down for X amount of time, then fucking hold it the fuck down.
But, and here's where I put the but in. Then you enter, so I'm assuming he walks through Ilia, right? Then there's nobody left. There's nobody left for him to fight there that he hasn't already fight or that hasn't been knocked off, or somebody we not just gonna fast pass through there to try to get him around Max, right? And then it becomes an Anderson Silva thing. It becomes a Demetrius Johnson. Like, okay, well, you done ran through the division. Like, then people are bored with you. Then people start saying, well, and they start looking at your resume and picking it apart and start doing all this old weirdo shit. Because then you got to start having rematches again. Because some of these people in the top 5 gonna start winning. And then you have people like Jace. It's like, well, Kamaru Usman's resume, he fought X amount of people. And y'all start doing all this revisionist histories and stuff. And it's just like, when you are so dominant at a division for so long, what really are you gaining besides you could be that dude in that division, but if he wants to be pound for pound the best in the world, he goes up to 155. He starts fighting the elite at 155 and beating them. You can't say he's not the GOAT.
He's already did it. He already beat Islam.
I don't want to play with you right now.
No one's playing with anybody. He beat Islam.
I don't. Please stop.
And he'll do it again.
Please stop this.
Alexander the Great is the best pound for pound fighter on earth. It's not even debatable.
He did not beat Islam. He can be the best pound for pound, but he didn't beat the man.
He did.
1, 2, and 4. Go back and watch it.
Stop playing. Anywho's.
Yeah. Anyways, it'll be interesting to see, what happens. Like I was telling Jace offline, at the end of the day, if they didn't want Max at 145, he wouldn't be at 145. They would have told him that he has to go up. They would have made matches with him at 55. But until then, it is what it is. This weekend,
Vive la France.
Yeah.
Championship.
Is anybody excited to see Gane?
No.
I am. I'm excited for that fight just to see, if he can step it up. But I think this is one of those fights that he needs to win. But I'm gonna be rooting for Gane, but I don't think he's gonna be able to pull it out against SPIVAC. SPIVAC grappling is too good. Yeah.
Pull it out.
Oh wow, that's a wild take. Pull it out of Gane is crazy.
I wouldn't pull out of anybody.
Hell nah.
No problem, not mine.
Yeah. That shit's wild. But yeah, I'll be rooting for Gane, but I don't think he's gonna win. SPIVAC's grappling is good. Who else is on that card? Because I'm just only excited for those 2 fights, and everything else seemed kind of weird to me.
Nah, man, you gotta be waiting and watch Benoit.
Oh yeah, Benoit, Saint Denis.
That's gonna be a fight.
Who's he fighting?
Thiago Moses.
That's a solid fight.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Thiago can fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thiago can fight, and Benoit. What was his last fight? I remember it being a banger too.
Bonfim.
Oh, okay.
He beat the brother.
Yeah, he did beat the brother with that submission.
And he was fucking him up early in the rounds too with the kicks.
He was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody else on the card that's cool?
Oh, we got Farid. We got Farid Basharat. We got one of the Basharat brothers on there.
Oh, Basharat. They're cool.
I don't know why they got Farrah Farn on here again. I don't know why she's still fighting. I think this woman like 43 years old or something.
Oh, the big girl.
Yeah, she's super tall. I don't remember who she fought the last time, but that fight just looked sloppy.
She gassed the fuck out.
Get your bag.
And then y'all got Jocelyn Edwards on here. I mean, she a cool person, but her striking is terrible. Like the female fights on here is adding to the narrative. It's adding to the narrative. I mean, it's a real not a whole bunch of who's on this card, but as we know, them are the ones that those are the ones that go off. Oh, just a quick little reminder. The cards start early, so 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, West Coast time, and then the main card starts at 12 p.m. Pacific. So keep that in mind. I mean, I don't know why, but seeing Gane lose to John Jones the way that he did, it's like the enthusiasm and limp dick on prom night. It's just, I'm just not that excited to see Ciryl.
No, all of a sudden now you're just feeling like, oh, he's just not that dude anymore. He's not who he thought he was.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
We were talking to somebody in the live, and we were talking about how athletic he is, and he can move, he can strike, but he's just not a killer. he's just too nice. He don't got it in him, pause, to just go out there and just beat somebody's ass like that. You
But
know,
he
like
did beat Bam Bam like that.
he did beat him like that.
He like, cause I was saying the same thing about Ciryl. I was like, he's not a killer. He ain't really like that. And then he went out there and beat the dog crap out of Bam Bam. I was like, oh, not Bam Bam.
So I hope that he kind of steps it up for this fight, because this is one of those teeter-totter fights, because he can fall off the fucking map with losing to Spivak like that. You know, people are not
Yeah.
going to look at him the same way. So, and Jones just took his spirit from him a little bit. So hopefully he can step it back up for this fight.
Yeah, I think what ends up happening is like you said, he's such a nice guy and he's like super respectful, and it's like there has to be a point to where that switches,
turns it on.
Yeah, and you like, hey, fuck you, like we in here to fight. Like the whole time he was looking like that image of him when he's laying on the ground looking up at John.
Looking up at John is crazy.
Please don't hurt me.
That's crazy.
Please don't hurt me.
Like, but that's the same like reverence that he had for John throughout the whole thing, like calling him the GOAT and all of that. Hey, sometimes you gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta snap up out of that. And I think also, like, not to bring Max back up, but I think that that's one thing that really hurt Arnold Allen. You know, in that Arnold Allen fight, he was showing way too much respect to Max. He was just like every time, like, oh hey, and it was kind of like, hey, y'all in here, like y'all in here actually fucking fighting. Like, come on, like get mean, get nasty. Like, think he trying to attack your family. Shout out to Anthony Smith.
Yeah.
You know, so hopefully Gane goes out there and, you know, he puts some paws on him. You know, we got 2 back-to-back weekends of just like so cards, because even pay-per-view, the Izzy pay-per-view, like that's got to be the worst pay-per-view of the year. I thought that Amanda Nunes's pay-per-view was the worst, but 293 is terrible.
On paper, I'm not excited until Abu Dhabi, and even then, it's top heavy. Like it's top heavy, but just the overall card, it looks all right. Like, it's not a great looking card. It's definitely not a 291. You know what I mean?
Who's the co-main on
Come Shot?
The Abu Dhabi? Oh yeah, okay.
Paula, yeah.
I'm excited for that fight though, but we'll get there when we get there.
Come Shot out. Can't wait.
Yeah, we'll get there when we get there. But I'm excited for that fight for sure. Yeah. Maybe they thought that Izzy's name will push the card enough, but they just got all the, like, mostly the Australian guys on there. A lot of New Zealand guys are on there. Fucking Kaikar of France is not even fighting anymore.
I hope DDP shows up.
That's what Chael was saying, and he was like, "Hey, that DDP needs to be in the arena
building."
100%.
He's scared. He didn't want to fill him.
Scared? What?
Yeah, okay. He didn't want to fill him in there. Izzy said, "Feel me," and that man walked off.
It'll be the dog tonight, Izzy. I can't wait.
I can't wait for you to be wrong. I literally can't wait.
You're gonna beat the dog tonight.
The thing is that we know that even if we do a bet, you're not gonna keep it. So we ain't even listening to you. You're supposed to bick your head.
Face.
Yeah.
Bick your head. Bick your head.
8-0, baby. 8-0. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
8-0. Let's go.
Yeah, it's a straight up Australian card, but you know, it is what it is. Shout out to Tyson Pedro and Carlos Uberg. I mean, they got to be some of the most attractive Australians I've ever seen. Anyway,
yo, see, listen. You had me shaking my head. I thought you were about to say good fighters. I'm over here like this. You play me. Because I was like, yeah, Oberg, yeah, he's stepping it up. He's doing good. And then you hit me with that one. I'm over here just like.
Got him, coach.
Got him, coach.
Oh,
hell nah. Set me up with the whoopie wham.
Man. Yeah,
you want to win, put Booby in.
Yeah.
It's a straight up Australian card. It'll be interesting to see if they can get like a good little Aussie sweep. But that's not for a couple of weeks, so we'll get on that when the time comes around. Do we have any hot takes, any questions, anything like that before we?
But my question is though, so the nicknames and stuff, right? So where would you rank like some of these nicknames for the people, like your top 5? I like me personally, I like names, not even top 5, top 3 or whatever you got off the top of your head. I like names when those become the people. You get what I'm saying? You don't even call them by their real name no more. So after watching, I don't even call Korean Zombie the Korean Zombie. We just call him Zombie. So what do you guys got for names? What names do you guys love for nicknames? Some of your tops.
Well, I guess in the context as you use it for the later of like what you call them, like you have to throw Cowboy up there. No one says Donald Cerrone. People always
Nobody.
say Cowboy. And then you know that this is just a wild BMF motherfucker. You know what I mean? So I fuck with that for reals.
That's a great one. Rampage, that's a great one.
Oh, I think my favorite is probably the Axe Murderer, you know.
I was gonna say that one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Shoot the box. Shoot
Carlos
the box.
Condit.
Natural Born Killer.
That's a great one.
That's a good one.
What you guys got?
I think Zombie. For me, I think Zombie is going to be number one. Just because, like, as a casual, when I first started, like, you know, watching MMA, like, I did not know that man's name. Like, I did not know his name. They never had it up there. Literally on the thing, it says the Korean Zombie. They
That's
don't
so
put
fire.
his whole name. Like, I didn't know who that man was. Who is Chan Sung Jung?
And I love it now. They don't even put the Korean Zombie. They just put Zombie on there, and it be on there. It's like Max, or it says Holloway, and it just says Zombie. That's so fucking fire to me. That's dope as hell. I love that shit so much for him. And
respect my name.
Yeah,
what about
for real
Blood
though.
Diamond? Y'all like Blood Diamond?
For a different person, for sure.
Why was I about to say that? If it was on somebody else, I'd be like, "That's pretty okay. That's pretty fire."
That's funny.
It don't fit. It don't fit him though. It just don't.
Cause he ain't been coming inside there slinging and banging.
Hey, oh whoa, Jace, what's up with your sister? She's wild. Coming inside this.
Actually, I, if I'm being honest, I think the greatest nickname ever is just Cum Shot.
That's not even a nickname.
Really? That's what we refer to him on the pod.
No, that's you.
No, you. Ain't nobody else calling that man a cum shot.
It's so funny. It's so funny. Kobe's that dude. I really cannot wait to watch him fight again. Like, honest to Jesus, I cannot wait to watch him fucking fight again.
Everybody else can.
Stop playing.
He has a good nickname too. Chaos. That's a pretty good nickname.
It's accurate too. That's all he do.
That's it. He's a fucking menace, bro. Just causing bullshit everywhere.
I think as well we need to shout out fucking Shogun, because no one calls him Mauricio. It's Shogun Hua or just Shogun.
And his brother. I thought Jace was gonna jump in. Ninja. I was setting it up for you. You didn't dunk that bitch, but Ninja. That's a good one too.
You also have to think about as facts. I did know it, but no, it was like
not off the top because
yes.
Shogun's way better than him. Like nobody really knows Ninja.
And then you got to think of Crow Cop.
That's his name. That's not even his
cemetery.
Miracle Crow Cop, Leclerc Cemetery, Right Leg Hospital. Like that shit.
That's a great one.
Oh, what's your boy's name? Sakuraba, the Gracie Hunter.
The Gracie Hunter, the Gracie Killer. That's a good one. I like it.
The Gracie Hunter. I mean, what a
Iceman
nickname. Yeah.
Iceman.
I mean, the nickname itself is not great, but for sure, you also got to talk about your boy Ruthless Robbie Lawler.
That's a great one. That's a great one.
I seen this one that popped up on ESPN MMA, and it was like your mother's next boyfriend or something.
I literally seen that today for the first time ever when I was scrolling through the gram while taking a poopy.
What about Touchy Feely?
Hey,
or if you're gonna go there, you might as well go Uncle Creepy.
Uncle Creepy. yeah, those are good ones.
Shout out to the porn stash himself. You know, people forget that. Or you can go with the American Psycho.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like the violent names.
Like Sexy Yama.
That's a good one too. Shout out to Sexy Yama.
Remember Sexy Yama?
Hell yeah. Shout out to him.
Is he really? Damn, he gotta be like 40 something now.
He just fought like 5 months ago or something like that. Like
it's been a while.
This year he fought.
Sexy Yama, dude. I mean, when he first came to the UFC, they pushed him hard. I want to say that was the first time they actually did a card overseas in Asia was like he was on the card and like Kung Lee was on the card.
Shout
People
out
forget
Kung
about
Lee.
Kung Lee.
He was
Strike
a
Force
beast.
champion.
He fucked Frank Shamrock up.
Tried to block the kick. Tried to block the head kick and broke his arm.
Yeah.
How
Shout out to
Headshot
Kung
hard?
it.
Lee.
How hard did you kick that man? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Cool. And then
Anything else, Guy?
El Kukui.
No.
Yeah, that's what Little Cash said. El
No.
Kukui. That's definitely one of the best ones.
I guess it don't hit
Oh.
like it used to, but
It don't hit like it's used to, but before we go, let's take a quick little second to talk about Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson put out a post and said, F you to anybody telling him to retire. He is still in the game. Now, y'all know I've been screaming at the top of my lungs, Tony, please retire. Please stop doing this to us. It's not good for our health. But he's apparently going to fight. If we had to match make him with any other person, who would y'all put him up against?
Patty the Batty.
Nah, man, I think Patty gets his ass out of there
Patty
too, man.
Clears them.
I was thinking that in my head too. I think Patty gets his ass out of there too.
I would be
Patty gets him out of
And
there.
that'll be sad. We definitely don't want to see Patty beating Tony. That's crazy.
There's no way Patty gets Tony. Though I could see that fight being made because they'd want Patty to get that much of the rub.
No.
There's no way.
I would not watch that fight. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
There's no way Patty beats fucking Tony.
Patty clears him. Listen to me.
Stop.
Clear. Like.
What about having him fight Conor when he comes back?
Oh no.
That'll make so much money though.
It would make money, but like,
McNuggets.
Fuck no, we don't want to see that shit either.
I don't want to see him back on the canvas like that, because that'd be too easy for Conor. Conor will break his jaw like that.
Snipe his ass.
He'll still have an excuse. He'll still have an excuse as to why he didn't win. Like, I don't think that there's anybody in the top. Like, let me see MMA rankings. I don't think
Clay Guida, like it got to be an old person, somebody old.
Clay clears him.
You wild,
Dimitri. I mean, Jace. Listen, you have to listen to me.
He looked good his last fight, but the 2 fights ago, he looked good. He lost his last one, but the one before that, he looked good.
Wow.
He can't fight. He can't fight Jim Miller. Jim Miller out here looking crazy right now, looking
Jim Miller
good.
out here knocking people out with one punch.
I don't know, man.
He should have retired after Diaz. That was the perfect moment. And then your man was over here talking about he wanted to go up to 170. Please.
I love you, Tony. I'm gonna put it like that.
Yeah, we love him so much that like
we don't want to see him to get beat up no more.
Hey, let the man get his bag.
Hey, put him in there with Jordan Levitt or something.
Hell nah. Hey, bro, getting him out of there. Sky, don't send me no more of this nigga shit, bro.
Yes. Please don't, Sky. Please don't.
Oh, she sent it to you too?
Yeah, so sus, bro. This shit is so sus.
I'd be like, bro, we do it too. And I fuck with bro. Like, live your best life. Do what you gotta do. But like, man, god damn.
Nah, he went crazy in that last post.
He went tripping.
Crazy.
I don't fuck with that nigga at all in any capacity. That's a hell to motherfucking no.
Why you hating on that black man?
Come on, man. There's so many reasons. Stop playing.
That black Mormon.
Pause.
Do that.
Blorman.
He is a Mormon. I don't know how. You know, blacks weren't allowed to be Mormons for years.
Damn, we couldn't do that either?
Yeah,
no,
really.
The curse of Cain.
Yeah, it's a thing.
You cannot get sealed in their highest tier of heaven. The Mormons believe there's 3 tiers of heaven.
Yeah. You know Jason Mormon.
Jehovah's.
Anyways, y'all, that's it for us today, man. We don't know what Tony gonna do. We don't know what Max gonna do. We don't know what anybody gonna do, but we do know that we're gonna be back next week, and we're gonna be talking about who won versus Gane, Rose getting her shot again, and all of that. Y'all be sure to come back, because then we'll be gearing up for the pay-per-view. Apparently,
yeah.
we got a guest coming on. Like, it's gonna be lit as usual. So y'all make sure that y'all come, like, comment, pause. Make
Always,
sure
Hey,
that y'all
yeah.
come. Like,
always
hey.
make sure.
But yes, we will be back. Until then, we're out of here. Peace.